This is Julia James Davis, and welcome to The War on Beauty. One of the most obvious and disturbing ways that there has been a war on beauty is the rampant and systematic destruction of churches across not just this country, but the entire world. In France, every 2 weeks, a religious building is destroyed, either by demolition, reconstruction, fire, or collapse. And 2/3 of the fires in churches in France are due to arson. In 2018 alone, there were 877 attacks on Catholic places of worship. And in 2008, there were 129 church vandalizations. And of course, famously, as we all know, this affected the Notre Dame Cathedral in 2019, which was left completely hollowed out by a fire. Notre Dame Cathedral is one of the most important Catholic sites in the entire world. And not only was it just completely hollowed out, since Notre Dame's burning, Emmanuel Macron has gone forward with a plan to replace some of the historic stained glass windows with contemporary designs, even though the windows that are going to be replaced were not destroyed in the fire. So they're taking stained glass windows that are perfectly fine and historic, have been there for hundreds of years already, and they're replacing it with contemporary designs. And whatever is going to replace those old historic stained glass windows, well, if it looks anything like the Olympics opening ceremony, then we know what that's going to look like. Well, that's France. What about church destruction in the United States? Well, in 2023, there were 436 acts of hostility against churches, which was double the amount as 2022 and 8 times the amount in 2018. As of 2024, there were 349 incidents across 44 states, specifically targeting Catholic churches. This is arson, statues beheaded, defacement with graffiti, smashing things, ripping Bibles apart, everything. And these incidents are accelerating. Our churches are going to be gone if we don't put a stop to this. First of all, I think a lot of people don't know about this. I actually, just researching this, I didn't know the level to which our churches were being targeted. So firstly, we need to know about it, but then we need to protect our churches. This is not just our religious history, but it's our history. Our churches in America and throughout the world are so closely linked, especially the Catholic Church, with our civic history, our economic history, our artistic history, our architectural history. So as much as there's a war on beauty, there's a war on history. And still now, the church is one of the last places on earth where we can go and enjoy beauty, where we can enjoy the beauty of the Mass, the beauty of the Eucharist, the true presence of Christ, and the beauty of community. That is where God lives, is in the church. But now that is under attack. And it's not just the denigration of our culture through music, which I've talked so much about, architecture, art, all of that is going into the gutter. But now people are openly attacking the church. And so now we're really at a crisis point in our society. And I think that this is so important for people to realize. And also too, lastly, if the church wasn't important, if it wasn't true, if it wasn't good, if it wasn't beautiful, these attacks would not be happening. Let's spread the word on this, because I don't think a lot of people know about it and it's very important. So thank you so much for listening, and I will see you in the next video.